All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. What's up, people? How you guys doing?
Fantastic, fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm
Glory.
good. How you like my DJ? I stole him from the zoo.
Oh man, I saw that DJ Gorilla.
DJ Gorilla.
He did a good job.
He did a great job. Super fantastic.
I don't know. I found DJ Gorilla a few weeks ago, and that's all I play all the time on DJ Gorilla. And then I broke my countdown, so it wouldn't go past 8 minutes. And I'm like, okay, what happened? So that's why
Yeah, I
we miss
noticed
Mark
that.
today. He's
I
not
thought,
Mark's not going to be with us today. Hey everybody, if you've got access to Mark on Instagram or whatever, wish him a happy birthday. Today is his actual birthday, and he's doing something with his daughter this morning. But definitely let's take some time out to wish our boy happy birthday. So we spent some time with Mr. Bugs yesterday celebrating his birthday, and you guys are stuck with me. How's everybody doing today? I see my boy Rich. What's going on, Rich?
man, I'm doing great. I'm fantastic. I need some of that Elevate coffee or whatever is in that cup.
Ah, ah,
Could it be joy
nice
juice?
to know, sir.
Okay, I'm making mine right now.
Great
Is it joy
morning.
juice?
What's up, LB?
Great morning, T. Gray.
Who's
Great morning.
Barnes in the Heezy?
Yes, sir.
Sheezy.
Yes, sir.
What's happening? You doing well?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Good to be here.
Good to see you, man. Glad you're
Thank you.
here.
Yes, sir.
Yvonne, what's up? How are you? Is that Yvonne or is that Yvette? Y'all do switcheroo today? Yeah. Oh, not funny. One behind the other. Not.
The high school teacher's crazy.
I know, right? I mean, they did that in the womb, and now they're doing it on Zoom.
That was cold. That was cold blooded.
Right? I mean, Herb, seriously. Wow. What's up, Riddick? How are you?
Doing marvelous, sir. And yourself, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Dorcas.
All right, T. Gray. I'm like, there's two Riddicks on here, man. And
I know I did that on purpose. I figure if Yvonne and Yvette can play tricks on me, I can just pass it on to somebody else.
Awesome.
What's up, Brenda? I woke up like this, Frozier.
Good morning. Great morning.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thanks for asking.
That's what I'm talking about. Top C. What's happening, girl? You doing all right?
I'm fantastic. Thanks, T. Gray. How are you?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. It's so good to see you. What's up, Jackie Phillips?
Good morning.
See you hanging out on the Golden Gate Bridge over there.
I wish I was there personally.
Meg Yvonne, new face. What's happening, lady? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Kia Kinlaw, my girl, what's going on? You doing all right?
Good morning, T. Gray. How's it going?
It's going fantastic. It is going fantastic. Cynthia Oxidine, how are you?
Fantastic, T. Gray.
All right, fantastic. And of course, Diamond Tierra, what's going on? How are you, sir?
Man, I'm glorious, man. How you feeling?
Absolutely wonderful, especially now that my dude is here, the presidential diamond, Darren Gibson, Peter DG.
What's
What up, sir?
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm doing great. Michelle Jacobs is with us now. What's up, Michelle Jacobs? What's up, MJ?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, T. Gray.
Good morning. She's so sweet. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, T. Gray. And I'm over here crazy. Becky, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing absolutely great. You know why? You are here. Yes.
Here.
And then I got my other one over here, Angel. I woke up like this. How are you? You good? She's quiet. She's at work. I know. All right. So anyway, guys, ladies, let's go ahead and get started. We got a good flight school lined up for you today. Today, you're going to hear from none other than Diamond Tier Edwards, and Diamond, Presidential Diamond, Darren Gibson. I was about to say Presidential Diamond PDDG, but that would be redundant, wouldn't it? All right, so let's get down to business. Welcome to Flight School, everybody. Disclaimer time. iBoomerang is a place where you can make money, and people do, but how much will you make? It's up to you. Unintentional rhyming there. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it was nice, wasn't it? So here's the deal. Tier's like, what is going on today? How much money any particular individual is going to make is up to the individual, because everybody's going to do different amounts of work and going to get different levels of results. Okay. Now we have announcements, and now let me find the video that Mark sent me. It's around here somewhere. Too many screens. No, not that screen. Not that one. Not that one. I didn't close it, did I? Where is it? Where are you, Marky Mark video? Maybe I need to stop sharing. Okay, hold on a second, people. This is when you have way too many monitors and you can actually lose stuff on one of the monitors. Oh, you know what? It's behind this. Or is it? I'm over here opening stuff.
Welcome to my world, right?
I know, bro. Like, I'm seriously, I'm like literally lost on my desktop right now. It's like crazy. All right, so let me close this and then open it again. How about that? That way I'll see where it is. Okay. That was unnecessarily difficult. And now.
MK coming to you from the flight deck. Let's pull up the slides. Flight School 2.0. This is how you launch a step-by-step guide to building momentum with Presidential Diamond Darren Gibson and Diamond Tier Edwards. Stay connected with the WhatsApp community, iboomnation.com. Go there, fill out the information. Telegram, search at Ibüümerang and click join. Chargebacks, if you charge back, you will be terminated. However, you can go to iboomhub.com/downloads and download multiple use credit card form. Do not give your funds to anyone for trading. Ibüümerang will not be held responsible for your loss of funds. Don't do it, folks. Not allowed. Cross recruiting and switching teams. It's grounds for termination for both the switcher and the sponsor. Rank up. Training calling recordings are now on iboomhub.com. And the YouTube playlist is live. It's right at the top, folks. Profit Snatcher testimonials now in Rank Up. Log into Rank Up. Click prospecting videos. Click Profit Snatcher testimonials. Grab the link and send it. And you've got to match up the prospect with the presenter. Send us your Profit Snatcher wins and Trade Buddy video testimonials. Send your Elevate and Trade Buddy testimonials to written profitsnatchers@elevate.com, tradebuddytestimonials.com for the videos. Elevate and Trade Buddy. Bitcoin and Beyond with Coach Diana Hardy every Saturday, 12 Eastern Time, 11 Central Time. Profit Snatcher schedule, Profit Snatchers America every first and third Wednesday of the month, and that's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is the only call today, folks. MK coming to you from the flight deck.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gift Card, and happy birthday again to Mark. All right, beautiful people. Let us keep rolling. We're missing Mark today because Mark usually does the slides, and I know I'm not doing a great job of it right now. Okay, here we go. All right, so we had our announcements, and we are in the blue zone, people. The 11th to the 20th, which is tomorrow. Massive sponsoring as we wrap up our people that we presented to you and exposed in the white zone. And now we are following up, we're following through, and then we're getting ready for the goal zone that starts tomorrow, which is massive volume, right? This is where we're wrapping it up. We're getting all the people who haven't decided yet. They've seen a presentation, they're still thinking about it. Now it's time to go ahead and lock them down. It's time to upgrade the people who came in at the lower level, and it's time to help your team members close out the month with a new rank. So blue zone leading into the goal zone. Let's stay focused. Trade Buddy, talk about staying focused. Trade Buddy's been buddying as usual this week with the 78% win rate, which is really badass. So here you go. Goal, 11 trades, 7 wins, 4 losses, max pips, 1,210, 64% win rate on gold alone. GJ, 10 trades, 8 wins, 2 losses, 357 max pips, 80% win rate on GJ. UCAD, 12 trades, 11 wins, 1 loss, 209 max pips, 92% win rate. Overall, you're looking at 33 wins and 7 losses. That is absolutely phenomenal. Hard to do on your own. So Trade Buddy with the 78% win rate. And if you took all those trades out of one lot, who saved me today? Michelle Jacobs comes through with the math. $18,679 could be yours. Awesome. Fantastic job, Trade Buddy. We love you. All right. Mr. Bugs has been crushing it. The industry is going crazy because the iconic master builder, I mean, this is a gentleman, he's built teams of over 3 million people. Could you imagine having 3 million people plus in your group and doing over $3 billion in business? That was an iconic organization, something that's just absolutely captivating to people. And the fact is this, everybody wanted to learn from him. He was keeping his knowledge and coaching reserved for the people in his company and the people in his group. But now he's launched the Holton Bugs Rank Up Academy, and he's teaching the world, and it's going crazy. And you would be crazy to be in his company and not taking full advantage of it. So live 3-day boot camp next weekend, 25, 26, 27. You guys know how it goes. Friday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time. Sunday, 9 a.m. to 12:30 Central Standard Time, with the VIP digital session right after that. We've got folks coming in VIP live, limited space for people to be in the house. Certainly something that you guys want to do if there's any way that you can. If you want to know the value of doing it, ask Pat Pamplin. She's not feeling well today, so she's not on camera. We love you, Pat. But Pat, ask her about her experience. Ask Edson Richards about his experience and why they keep coming to be there in person. It's absolutely amazing. But if you can't be there in person, you absolutely gotta be on Zoom participating in this event. If you don't have a ticket, get yourself a ticket. The website is on the screen, holtonbugs.com/summit. If you are a gold member in the HB Rank Up movement, if you're in that community, that you already have a ticket, you're included. Make sure you register so that we know that you're going to be there. Clear your calendars, schedule up. This is going to be a great event. We've been working on it already, and it's not, our goal is that each of these events is going to be high value, not just a repeat of the last one. So definitely encourage you guys to be there. All right. That brings us to today's flight school. I am excited to have my Ibüümerang brothers take the stage. None other than Diamond Tier Edwards and President Diamond Darren Gibson. They've got a really good training for you. Share some great things with you about how you can be successful during that launch. So, Tierra, Darren, gentlemen, the floor is yours.
What's up, Boom Nation? How we feeling? Good morning, Grand Rising. How we feeling?
Great.
Look, I hope that energy from T Gray didn't get y'all too hyped, and then gave the news, and then everything just kind of mellowed out and chill. Did y'all catch that? So yeah, man, I'm excited, for this topic, and really just to get you guys out and creating some momentum, especially for what's going on next month with Mr. Bugs. How many of you guys are in the pursuit for that call with Mr. Bugs? Put a 5 inside the chat. Put a 5 inside the chat. All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Good. So today we really just want to focus on creating that momentum. How many of you guys right now have a exciting goal that you're working towards right now? Right? Put a 1 inside the chat if you got that exciting goal that you are working towards right now. Right? If you don't, you probably need to really think about that right now. Right? Because as we lead into next month and leading towards the end of this year, you got to have something that you're excited about achieving, right? I was watching a video last night and they were talking about, you got to change your vocabulary. You got to change how you communicate with people. Instead of asking them, how are they doing? Hey, what are you excited about right now? Right? Do you have something that you're in pursuit of at this point in time? Right? And so I was like, well, hey, if we're getting ready for this momentum and we're going to build something powerful, we got to have, number one, a personal goal, right? And so in regards to creating that personal goal, you got to define, again, what excites you, right? That's the very first thing, right? Set a powerful and personal goal, all right? And as you do that, essentially, don't just think about the money that you're going to achieve. I want you to write down these things as well. How is this going to involve other people? How is this going to make them feel? How much freedom are people going to have? Right? What type of legacy are you going to build? Right? Because everything that we're doing, especially here with our boomerang, right? We give out the goodwill and the goodwill comes back to us. Right? So as we're building this, I want you to think of long term. Don't just think of right now, because what you do right now is going to be a sacrifice to what you have here in the next 60 to 90 days. And even towards the end of this year, we got what, 5-6 more months left? Dear, I didn't start the year off really good. Well, okay, let's finish it strong then. Does that make sense? So make sure that what you're doing is essentially aligning with building, number one, residual income, right? How many of y'all got into this business so that way you can have that residual income, that money coming in without you having to think about if it's coming in, right? We would always talk about growing up in this industry. You want to have that, what we call mailbox money, where every single day something got your name on it when it comes to money. Does that make sense? And so when it comes to building this, make sure that you have your vision, right? That's going to drive the energy. That's going to drive essentially you to go out and do what you need to do. Not just what you need to do, but what you want to do. Put freedom inside the chat if you got into this business because you saw the idea, you caught the vision of you being able to create freedom, right? You saw your opportunity, you saw your chance to go out there and create a legacy, an impact, right? Does that make sense? So as you're, building this business, take the time to really get clear on what it is that you're building. And then as you're getting clear, what do? You communicate that with other people. There's a difference between Communicating and just talking. When you communicate with people, you're giving them words, but those words create a picture in their mind. Does that make sense? So when it comes to that, right, that's the very first part. Number one, set a powerful and personal goal. Number two, understand the success slow speed, right? To have momentum, you got to have the speed. Momentum in the first 30 to 60 days or 90 days is important. I want y'all to write that down. It's important. How do I know? Well, when I first got into the business, the very first thing Mr. Gibson told me to do was get me in front of people. Get me in front of people. What did that mean? That means move fast. That means move with urgency, right? And as I was in action, as I was doing what I was told, I didn't necessarily know. I didn't depend upon my own thinking. I just did what he told me to do. And as I was doing it, I was essentially developing the speed. I was developing the foundation for momentum. Does that make sense? I had to launch fast. I had to get people in front of him. I had to take action immediately. I didn't go into training mode. Does that make sense? And Mr. Gibson, if you want to chime in here, just pop in there. But when it comes down to it, you got to understand that success loves speed, and you need that speed in order for you to grow and build some massive momentum, right? Because when you launch fast with intention, you'll have what? These activities, calls. You'll have the calls, you'll have the meetings. You'll be inviting contagiously. Your energy is already contagious. You sharing that information, you sharing, hey, what you're about to do, people can see that you're on a move. How many of y'all like have been out somewhere and you see somebody moving real fast and you're like, dang, where are they going? Maybe that's been you. Maybe you've been in that position where you on a move. And people are like, whoa, slow down. No, you can't slow down because you working towards something. You got somewhere to be. You got a deadline to achieve, right? I'm looking at Louis. He's like, yeah, I get that, right? Any of y'all y'all be driving on the way to work and y'all like, man, move out the way, right? You're like, get out the way. Why? Because you got to go. You got a destination to get to. So as you're launching fast, you got calls. You're inviting, right? You're inviting with the purpose. You're inviting with the intention that, hey, I have something that can be of value to you. Based upon our previous conversation, you told me you wanted X, Y, and Z. I believe I found that for you. Matter of fact, I'm working with some very successful people that can show you how to achieve those things. I'm in the pursuit of doing those things as well, and I want to share with you. Right? And as you're doing that, what are you doing? You are collecting decisions, right? We're in the blue zone, so essentially you should be sponsoring like crazy right now. You should be collecting a lot of decisions based upon what you did in the first 10 days. Right? And so as you're doing that, you essentially match the pace. Right? Don't build your business based upon where you are. Build your business based upon where you're going. I remember when our mentors told Darren, she said, hey, when it comes to your Zoom, how many people, are allowed on your Zoom? Oh, about 100 people. She said, I thought your goal is to do $1 million a month. It is. Well, you need to increase your vision. You need to increase your faith. You need to increase the size of your Zoom. And I believe after him doing that, we ranked advanced. That's just one of those small things that happens as you're moving forward and as you're moving fast. You gotta put the faith in. You gotta put that little investment that you think is big, and what happens, it just multiplies from there. Does that make sense? You gotta match your vision with your actions. You gotta match your actions to meet your vision. But don't wait for things to be perfect. And that was another video that I saw last night. And one of the guys, I forgot what his name was. And he said one thing that he's learned about billionaires is that they are assertive. I want y'all to write that word down. Assertive. They have assertiveness. Meaning what billionaires do and have a common trait is they have assertiveness. And with that assertiveness, they put themselves in situations where they don't know how to make it happen, but they figure out how to make it happen. The beautiful thing about this business that you're a part of today, you don't have to figure out how to make it happen. We give you the plan. We give you the steps needed in order for you to win in a major way. We got Mr. Holton Buzz. We got Mr. Darren Gibson. We got Mr. T. Gray. We got Mrs. Jackie Pippins. Mrs. Jayla Tharp. Right? Shout out to Jayla. We got Mr. T. Gray. We got Mr. Mark Kidcart. We got you. You have success. You just got to go out there and share it. Right? Don't wait to be perfect. Go out there and assert yourself and figure things out as you go. But really, all you have to do is follow the plan. Follow the plan. Because when you don't follow the plan, guess what happens? The results don't stick. You don't grow and you don't get the results that you're essentially looking for. Is that making sense? Mr. Gibson, you want to chime in on that? I don't know if he's back on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Yeah, my Wi-Fi has been it's been raining over here. I think New York, T. Gray, all that rain you guys had over there, it's all coming over here now. So if my Wi-Fi just kind of messes up here, just kind of take over. All right, and I'll jump back on. But yeah, everything you said is accurate. You know, when we were talking yesterday, or maybe the day before, and a lot of individuals, we always say success loves speed. And you got to be diligent in what you're doing in your business. But a lot of individuals, they're running towards something. It's like they're running on a treadmill, not on the track. They're not going anywhere because they simply don't have a solid goal in mind of what they want to achieve. So before you get started with this business, or if you're relaunching, if you're launching for the first time, I know there's new individuals on the line. I know we have the call with Mr. Bugs next month for the competition with the Red and Blue Squad, and we have so many different things that's lined up. But you have to have a solid goal. Goal means go out and live. You got to have a solid goal of what you want to do. Remember, amateurs compete, or professionals launch, and amateurs, they just join the business. When you're launching something, they have a specific number, they have a specific volume, they have a specific group of individuals they want to bring in to buy their service, to buy their product, to get inside their community, to get inside their environment. So you got to ask yourself the question, when you're building something, see, a lot of us, just be honest, put a 1 in the chat. If you're just building this business, kind of treat it, just be honest, we're family, where we could talk back to each other, just be honest, where you're just kind of just going with the flow of things and you're just kind of waking up. It's kind of like a 9-to-5 mentality. You clock in, clock out. You're excited sometimes, you're not excited sometimes. You don't really have a specific goal in mind. You probably tell your mentor this, but you really don't have a specific goal. You're just kind of just going with the flow, building the business, and you're talking to people whatever you can. You love the company. You're not going anywhere, but you want to earn more income, but you're just simply just kind of going with the flow. Just put 1 in the chat. Just be honest. I've been there before. We've all been there before, right? Everybody's been through seasons before of them just kind of just going with the flow of them building the business. And there's no real excitement anymore because you've been a part of the community for a while. You've been a part of the neighborhood for a while. You've been listening to the same mentor for a while. Whatever the case may be, you're kind of going with the flow. Let's be honest, you guys. Put one in the chat, okay? Because we have a lot of new things. We have a lot of new stuff right now that you guys can really get excited about, but you have to first start with you. You have to first start with you and getting a desire of what you really, really want within this community, within this business. Right now, business is all about timing. So if you understand timing of IBÜM, that people are looking for the next leader that's wanting to move up, the next leader that's wanting to do something and lead in the front and not just watching the back. So you all have to get really excited. I'll never forget when I first got started with IBÜM, my biggest vision, my biggest goal was not to diamond. I did not want to be a diamond. I was a diamond in my previous company. Was a diamond. It wasn't called diamond, but I was a diamond in another company. So it wasn't diamond. It was really to be top of the company. It was really to be top of the industry. It was really to be the leader of a company or environment or business. It was really to lead the most people. It was really to have the most people at the events. It was me having the most people being recognized on stage. And I'm crying because they're crying because I know what they went through for them to get to where they are today. It was me to have the most diamonds in the organization. It was me to have the most sapphires be recognized to get the eagle wings. You guys know what we do when you guys become sapphire. It was me to have the most. I had the vision. I had the goal. I knew exactly what I wanted to do before I joined the company. It was just like what T. Gray said the other day, when before you have a baby, you create the nursery room. You create the environment before the baby comes. So what environment are you trying to create? What business model are you trying to create? What are you trying to do within your organization before you build the business? Because success does love speed. So that means you have to do a lot in a short period of time. You can't do little by little by little by little by little. You can't tell the pilot, hey, listen, take this plane nice and slow so we can get to where we want to be. No, if the plane goes slow, you're going to run into a tree somewhere. You want to use the most energy, the most gasoline picking up that plane. So in the very beginning, when you start the business, success does speed. But what type of speed? Where are we driving to? That's what we call our team GPS, goal paradigm shift. Where are we going to? What's the goal? What is the goal in mind that we're trying to do? So when I'm launching somebody, I'm talking, the first initial conversation I'm having, I'm talking to individuals, telling them what exactly their ambition is going to do, how impactful, how many lives we're going to change, how much time we're going to make, how many people I'm going to bring in. You're the first or second, third, 15th person I'm talking to. I'm looking for. I was reading something and I keep reading it because I'm studying this book right now. It's talking about diligence, and diligence, we just think that diligence means just hard working. No, let me tell you what diligence means right here. Diligence is a learnable skill which combines creative persistence. So that means leaders got to be creative persistence, a smart working effort, rightly planned, rightly performed in a timely, efficient, and effective manner to attain a result that is pure in the highest quality excellence. So if you're looking for people that have creative persistence, smart working, rightly planned, rightly performed, timely, you have to be that person too. So success does love speed. Tier just brought up the fact of somebody driving fast or walking fast. It's just like if you know when somebody needs to go to a place, if you're at the airport, have you ever seen anybody running? You know they're about to miss their flight, right? You can see them. Maybe is it just me that you guys run to and you sweating? You got all the bags and luggages on you, and you sweating trying to get to where you want to be, trying to get to your terminal and all that. People know when somebody's running, they got somewhere to go. The energy tells me that they got somewhere to go. So when it comes to your conversations of success, love, speed, people know that you have somewhere to go. So right now we're in the blue zone, moving in into the different zone tomorrow. You know, people need to know that you have urgency. Okay. Urgency. Now you're not being a weirdo. Okay. We don't want weirdos. We're not being individuals that's trying to pull people in, trying to beg people to join the business. No, We're just going through the numbers. Okay, you're going through the numbers of the individuals that you are wanting to work with, that you are wanting to build the business with. See, this is what I told people right here. I told Mr. Bugs, we had a call a few weeks ago, and we're having this contest. If you guys are not a part of it, you guys can be a part of it. I know I had a call last week for people to get started with the red blue team, and people are doing fantastic right now. And as you can see, some new individuals on the line because of it, and presentations and all that good stuff that we're having. It's been phenomenal. So if you guys can be a part of it, just contact me and we'll get you plugged in. But we got this week. We got about a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it is, left for this month. Correct. Then we have the call with Mr. Bugs. So right now they're lining up the individuals for the individuals that they're bringing in for the call with Mr. Bugs. Okay. So success loves speed. So first you got movement, then you got rhythm, then you got momentum. So right now you're bringing into your movement. But what's the goal first? What's the goal in mind? The goal in mind is I'm going to bring in some individuals. Right now I've got some movement. I'm going to get good at communicating. I'm going to get good at inviting. I'm going to get good at edification. I'm going to get good at whatever it is you're going to get good at. Become great at that, whatever it is. So here it is. I'm going to have some movement, and I call it a sit down, or I call it wave calls, where I'm sitting down with individuals and I'm going to let them know exactly what I'm about to do. And I'm looking for people with diligence, creative, persistence, smart working, rightly planned, rightly performed, timely, efficient, and effective manner. I'm looking for people like this, but first I have to become it, because you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. So first I got to become it. Okay, I got to be the one that's running to the plane, like the plane's about to take off. I got to be the one that has the urgency, because I know something is here, not something is coming. You got to start putting things in present tense, folks. Stop saying something's coming, because sometimes it never is. Stop saying I'm going to make this, and start saying I am making this. Stop saying I'm going to become a diamond, and start saying I am a diamond. We're human beings, not I'm about to be. We're human beings, so start speaking that now and start acting as if, and watch what happens. So here it is, T. I'm going to now use my imagination that God has blessed me with, and I'm going to say, you know what? This is what the company is looking for. The company job is only to pay us, to provide the services, to provide the product, to provide all the great stuff like flight school and the resources. My job right now is to provide the culture. We are the culture. We are the people that builds the culture. We are the individuals that whenever they see Ibüümerang, they see us. Whenever they see us, they see Ibüümerang. So we are the culture. Okay. What makes a hotel? The hotel with a lot of rooms does not make a hotel. If you got a hotel with if you got a building with a lot of rooms, it doesn't make it a hotel. The people make it a hotel. What makes it a church? The people. What makes it a gym? The people. Okay. So people make the company, people make whatever it is. So we have to have the goal. I have a specific goal in mind, what I want to do with this company in a very short period of time, because we keep saying success loves speed, but everybody's speed is different depending on your goal in mind. If you want to be a sapphire, with sapphire, $15,000 in business sales. I got to choose 1 month for me to do it. So which month am I going to choose? Right now, I'm going to have momentum right now. I'm sorry, movement right now this month here. And then Mr. Bugs is going to have a call with my newest people to make sure that I have rhythm. Rhythm is when you have everybody beating the same drum, everybody doing what they need to be doing, playing the same music, or like T. Gray had us rocking the same boat, like Leah. You guys know rock the boat, like just rocking the same boat. Okay. T, what you got to say about that, man?
Which T?
Oh. Go ahead, T. Go ahead, T.
You guys are doing a fantastic job, and you guys are 100% correct. And it's one of the things that Mr. Bugs and I were talking about yesterday is the power of words. Was anybody here on the Rank Up HB call on Thursday night? Lewis was on there. Anybody else was on there? I don't know why all of you guys are not on there. Like, you guys are like the #1 group that should be.
It was powerful.
Is that Diana?
Incredible.
Yes.
Yes.
And one of the things he talked about was to be impeccable with your word. You guys remember that? Being impeccable with your word.
Yes.
And when you break out, when you look at the etymology of the word impeccable, it means without, it comes down to being without sin. Without sin. And this is not sin in necessarily in the biblical sense of, wrongdoing necessarily, but it's in the literal definition of the word sin, which is to miss the mark. The literal definition of the word sin is to miss the mark. So to being impeccable with your word means to make sure that your words are on point, that you're not missing the mark with your words. That's why Darren said, stop saying I'm trying to and say I am doing. Because I would say if you say I'm trying to, that's a sin. You're sinning with your words. Right? So when you think about launching, like Darren and Tia are sharing with you guys, a big part of it, and I think about the conversation I was having with HB yesterday, Darren, is it's not, everybody wants to know the X's and O's. Well, what do I do? What do I say? How do I say it? But we could give you the full recipe, but the missing piece is the energy you supply to it. And the words, what you're saying to yourself and what you're saying to others and what you're putting into the universe. Because without that piece, it's like having a Ferrari or a Lamborghini with no gas.
True.
You have a multi-$100,000, maybe even $1 million supercar, ain't going nowhere. It's beautiful. It looks good. It has all the stuff. But without that gas, not going anywhere. Well, we can give you the words. We can give you the X's and the O's. We can tell you, hey, do this, do that, say this, do this in this zone, do that in that zone, do this in that zone. Help your team members have a goal for their rank advancement for the month. We could lay it all out. But the X factor is going to be the energy that you give it, the life that you give it, the gasoline, the fuel that you put in the fire. And that's your energy. That's your words. That's what you think about. That's the how you go about it. That's the how you get up in the morning. That's the how you walk into the room. That's the how you pick up the phone. That's how you feel about picking up the phone. It's the energy that people get from you when you're talking to them. If I talk to the same person that you talk to, is the person going to join my business? Do they have a greater likelihood of joining my business than yours? And if your answer to that question is yes, then you are so close. Because now you just need to say, well, what's the why? If you and I call the same person and we say the exact same thing, we're reading from a script and we're not allowed to deviate or we will die. So I have to say exactly what you said. I can't say anything extra. I can't say anything less. So now you and I call the same person with the same opportunity and we say, do you still believe that person has a greater likelihood of joining my business than yours? And if the answer to that question is yes, you're so close. Because now you just need to ask yourself why. And once you zero in on that why, then you can fix that why within yourself so you could take that away. See, there was a time where if I played this game, let's say with Mr. Bugs, there was a time early on in my networking career that I would have to say, yes, they have a significantly greater likelihood of joining his business. If we could only say the exact same things, that means you couldn't talk about his money, you couldn't talk about his success. We're going to both say the same thing, the same pitch to the same person. Can't deviate or you will die. So we both say the exact same thing. I could say 20 years ago, if Mr. Bugs called the same person that I call and we both said the same thing, they're going to join his business, not mine. But because I zeroed in on the energy, because I zeroed in on the beingness as I studied him and as I learned from him, I can tell you today, maybe they're still going to join. They might have a greater likelihood of joining his business, but the margin is not that big anymore. They'd have to think about it. Darren, we give them something to think about now, right? Absolutely. But why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? It's that energy. It's that energy. So think about that. I think that's one of the points that Darren and Tierra are trying to convey, which is we're gearing up for this next launch. We're gearing up for this next launch. And as you approach this, I want to challenge you, don't do it the way you've done it before. I want to challenge you to be really hard on yourself and bring out the polisher and work on all the things. Kobe Bryant was notorious for the amount of time that he put in the gym working out, practicing his shots. They said that when they would come to the gym in the morning, he'd already be there. He overheard them talking about getting in earlier. So when they came in earlier trying to beat him in there, he was already there. And then he would mess with them. He wouldn't leave until they left. They tried to outlast him. He would just keep going. He'd stay there all night just to make sure that he was the first one in and the last one out. Why would somebody who's that good put that much time and energy into getting better? If Kobe Bryant could do that, can you put some pressure on yourself? Can you work on the intangibles? We've given you all the what to says and how to say it, and you're in the HB rank up and you got Ask HB. Who's got Ask HB? Ask HB AI. Anybody got that? You got Ask HB AI. Come on, man. It's like you have HB in your pocket. You can check in with Ask HB AI before you make the call and have Ask HB AI tell you what to say. You can role play with Ask HB AI so that you can work on that part. But that other piece is that energy. Can you work on your diction? Can you work on your words? Can you work on your cadence? Can you work on your energy? Can you work on your pace, your pitch, and your power? Can you work on your believability? Can you work on the power of persuasion? Can you work on your confidence? Can you challenge yourself, challenge yourself, challenge yourself? I recorded myself over and over and over again. And I practiced in the mirror so I could practice my facial expression. Because all those things count. Because Dorcas, I could call you up and be like, "Hi, Dorcas, how you doing? It's T. Gray. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I remember that you said that you wanted to be able to walk away from your job, and I think I found an opportunity that might be able to do so. Would you want to take a look at it?" And Dorcas is going to go,
yes.
Because she fell asleep halfway through. But I could call Dorcas up and like, "Hey, Dorcas, it's T. Gray. What's happening? How you doing, girl? You good? Excellent. Hey, I don't have a lot of time, but I had to call you. I remember that you said you were looking for a way to get out of that job. You said you were sick and tired of that alarm clock going off before you were finished sleeping. You said you were sick and tired of having too much month left at the end of your money. Well, Dorcas, check it out. I think I found a way for both of us to change our situation. If I can make that information available to you, would you make it a priority to take a look?" Now, listen, I cannot guarantee anything for you. I can't guarantee that you even qualify for this, even if you like it. But if I can get you the information, would you look at it? And would you make it a priority? Would you do it today? It's going to take you 30 minutes. Will you cancel something else so that you can see this? You see, that's why people join my business. It's the same words, but there's an energy. Can you work on yours? Can you work on your energy? Can you work on your level of confidence? Can you work on the words? I know some of you guys are like, you know, I'm not as eloquent as a Darren. I'm not as smooth as Tier. So work on it. You weren't born that way.
Because we definitely put in the work.
Yeah, we put in the work. My mama put in the work. Man, she didn't allow me to have an accent. That's why you don't know where I'm from. And I learned that from her. And that's why, you know, I had somebody in my group that had the most incredible southern drawl. I mean, I swear to God, it sounded like he had 12 marbles in his mouth. And he had a group of people in his group that didn't want him to do their presentations because he was so mealy mouthed. And you know what I did with him? I said, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take every day, you're going to take a magazine off the shelf or a book, and you're going to read it out loud, and you're going to practice over articulating. The red fox jumped over the lazy brown dog. And he improved his delivery. I'd say he improved it by at least 50 to 60%. He got 50 to 60% better. Because he was willing to work on it. He was willing to say, I am not, you do not have to accept me as is. He didn't say, this is how I talk, man. I'm 30 something, 40 something years old. I grew up in the South. This is what you get. No, he said, I want to have better. So I'm willing to be better. So I have to become better. And he practiced. Are you willing to put that kind of pressure on yourself? And let me give you guys a success tip. That is what successful people and businesses do. I got a new assignment last week. Guess what I'm doing now? I'm literally going through every inch of the HB Rank Up Academy system. I'm talking about the sign up process. I'm talking about the emails you get. I'm talking about the community. I'm talking about rankup.io with a fine tooth comb and putting pressure on everything. The people on the other end of that are going to hate me. Because I'm already sending them stuff. Hey, this page is still in French. But here's what happens. You apply that pressure. Hey, this person still had trouble canceling. What happens is when you apply that pressure, everything gets better. It's like when you're having Thanksgiving dinner and you know you have all these guests that you care about coming to your house. And you put pressure on every little thing. You make sure that all the glass surfaces are clean and sparkly. You make sure that all the good china is clean and crisp. You're checking forks. You're folding napkins. You're fluffing pillows. You're vacuuming places you ain't vacuumed in months. You're cleaning toilets. You're putting little arrows on the toilet paper. Because you want to make sure that before that first guest shows up, everything is what?
Impeccable.
Impeccable. Perfect. Well, why don't you do that to yourself? How many times have you heard people don't join your business, they don't join your company, they join
you?
That ain't resonate with you yet? Brenda Strozier got it. That's why at dark 30, when we do flight school, she shows up pressed to impress. She's putting pressure on. She heard it. She got eyelashes going, makeup, dress, at least on the other part. But that's called putting pressure. Does that make sense? So as you go into this launch, make sure that you are ready. Work on you. Just Holton asked me, take a look at my product, T, every corner of it, and put pressure. It's going to take a minute. Everything's not going to get fixed overnight. But I can tell you right now, when it's done, it's going to be world class. I started out interviewing some people. I said, hey, when people have problems, when people are screaming, what are they screaming about? And here, so how do you do that with you? You look in the mirror and you say, when people talk to me, what do they see? You record yourself. When people talk to me, what do they hear? You get a buddy who's going to be honest with you. Would you join my business? If I say X, Y, and Z, would you join my business? Let me try this out. Okay, would you join my business? Make sure you do it with somebody honest. Somebody who's not afraid to tell you no. Maybe you do it with Ask HBAI. He's going to be brutal. And then when you dial that up, see, I can tell you right now, we will know when you're there, because flight school will be jumping off the screen. When you show up with your energy, when you show up with that Diana Hardy energy, everybody show up with that Diana Hardy energy, we're gonna shut down Zoom. Zoom's gonna be like, sorry, you guys are radiating too much energy. It's affecting everybody else's Zoom. They got this little boring corporate Zoom they're doing over here, and they're trying to talk about their business, and you guys are radiating all this energy. So anyway, Darren, I know you're sorry you asked me to talk, and maybe you weren't really asking me. Maybe you were asking Tierra, but you said T, and my name starts with T too. So I'm done.
But honestly, T, great.
Definitely got it.
Yeah, you definitely hit on some points that, it just makes sense, man. Because I mean, when you're in that, I love the word impeccable. Now I got that in my vocabulary, so I'm definitely gonna be using that more often. But I mean, it really just comes down to how you see yourself and then just presenting yourself with that energy. I mean, your energy should exude to a point where they don't even know what you're doing, but they know that you're about to do something huge, and that makes them want to move forward with you. And I think, T. Gray, you even said it a while back. You had people that were calling you that didn't even know who you were, but because of how you walked or how you presented yourself, they wanted to join you like that.
Bro, I was at a birthday party last night, and I have people coming up to me swearing, man, I know you. I've seen you around. I ain't never seen these people a day in my life. But it's the energy. It's just that energy will exude even if you were standing still with a drink in one hand, a cigar in the other hand, doing nothing. You just I mean, it's getting a little bit overused, or I should say misused, but the concept of vibration. You guys get that? Do you understand that? And when you're vibrating on that frequency, this is what Darren was saying. When you say I'm trying to launch, you are never going to launch, because that's not vibrating at the right frequency. You say I'm launching, I'm going, I'm doing. The universe is like, where are you? I'm bringing it to you. Topsy is gonna be like, hey, this money is just coming home. It's just it's working its way home. It's finding its way home. It lives here with Topsy. It's coming on back. Right? I'm sorry, Tier. Go ahead.
It's confidence, man. That's really is experience. It's you developing yourself over and over. Going like Jim Rohn always talks about it. What you make up in numbers, you'll make up in what you lack in skill, you'll make up in numbers. And because we've done this over and over and over and over, and we continue to improve how we communicate, we improve on how we lead other people, we improve on how we can essentially present the business or share a testimonial. It's the little things that we improve over and over and over that causes people to realize, man, this person is serious. They're committed. They are dedicated on their craft. I'm what's the word I'm looking for? I am inspired. I am encouraged to do what this person is doing, even if I'm not as good as them in the beginning. I'm willing to do what this person has done. And it's like what our mentor always said. If your way is not working, why not try mine?
Mm-hmm. And then, Tia, I have a twist on that. And my twist on that is once you are exposed to a better way and a more effective way of doing what you are attempting to do, why would you do it your way even one more time? You like that, Jackie Phillips, huh? Why would you do it your way or the old way even one more time? Here said it, success loves speed. PDDG said it again, success loves speed. Speed of application. Lewis, I know you're learning all sorts of new things in the program that you're in. Speed of application. It's really going to be about how fast can you apply it? How fast can you put it to work? You need to apply things in your business and in your methodology at the speed that you would apply it if you went to the doctor and the doctor said, you have XYZ condition, and if you don't change your diet starting right now, you will die. And what does the person do? They go and they study that new diet. They go off the deep end. They go home. They throw out all the bad shit. And they're like, hey, overnight change. Speed of application. That's how you want to get as close to overnight change as possible. Don't hold on to who you are. Who you are is wonderful, and we love you, and you guys are beautiful, and you guys are amazing, and I'm so honored that you guys are my friends and my business partners. But who you are is not good enough. Who I am is not good enough. We all need to be on a constant quest of self-improvement. A constant quest of refinement. It's why you ever wonder why people who are just shredded and they got six packs and they are the model of fitness, why they keep working out and why they work out so damn hard? I'm like, what more are you trying to do? They were like, I'm trying to get this right here to pop out. I'm trying to get this ab right here to be the same size as this one. Constant quest for perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get there and say, okay, I'm here, I'm done. Why is Mr. Bug still reading books? Why is he? I watched a YouTube video the other day that was so enlightening. I went into my mentor's office and I said, bro, you gotta watch this video. He's like, put it on. Watched for about 2 minutes. Stop the video. George, come downstairs. You got to watch this video with us. Start the video over. 30-minute video. We all three sat there. Video's over. He's like, T, that's good stuff, man. That's good. He goes, I got 5 ideas right now. I'm going home today to do whatever. Came in the next day and said, hey, I shot 2 videos yesterday using the method that I learned yesterday watching that. Speed of freaking application. Missed the bugs, got exposed to something new or a refinement of something that he was doing, and he got exposed to a better way. And he didn't do it his old way, not even one more time. He immediately made that better way his way. I'm in his office yesterday. He's showing me on the TV, hey, here's the video I shot. It follows that formula. You like that, huh, T? You like that, T, right? That's what I'm talking about. Now, if he can be taking his game to another level, what about you? Mary, can you be relentless about your own improvement? Can you be relentless at your determination to be the very best Mary Foxworth in network marketing that you can possibly be? Can you commit to being magnetic, Mary Foxworth, so good that people are just drawn to you in your business? So I figure it's got to be my internet that's glitching, because if you guys are all doing robotic moves. But back to you, Tier.
Awesome, man. That is.
I
But
think we should because with everyone launching and everybody's internet's glitching. I don't know why, T-Gray, but I didn't move spots. But it must be the Androids trying to get into our Apple
Zoom
stuff.
can't take it, man. You came on here today with the pearly whites and that
Yeah.
Darren Gibson energy, and I mean, and nobody can dial down on that personal growth and development like you. So I mean, Zoom is like, yo, you are messing up our other Zooms. We're gonna turn down your bandwidth.
Man, it's all good. We're gonna rock with it, man. So, but I'm super excited. I'm excited for everything that we have set in place. Maybe we should take some questions, because I know some individuals. T-Gray, what I've been doing is I've been doing a lot of launch calls with individuals, and some presentations, and T-Gray, you know, I find it amazing that individuals that have been building. I don't know who's been building with them, but you mentioned Mary and some other individuals as well. And I've done some calls with Mary. I did her first 3-way call was last week, a few days ago, and he's interested, and I'm asking them questions. How long have you been a part of this community? And they tell me how long it is, and some of these individuals, they just have not been doing the work. That's all it is. They just haven't been doing the work, and they haven't had somebody to kind of give them that push to do it. And nothing is going to be done if nothing is done, right? So just doing the work by itself, getting excited about your goal, like we talked about in the very beginning, and then being diligent, like T-Gray is talking about now, and becoming that person now. Like, I couldn't imagine T-Gray not doing a presentation today. I couldn't imagine not doing a 3-way call a day. I couldn't imagine not doing a call like this, talking to the community a day. It's just a habitual habit for me now, because of the person or the self-image that I have of Darren Gibson. And you all have to have the same thing of yourselves. And you'll see how simple this business really is. So obviously we got the call with Mr. Bugs next month, gearing up with all your newest individuals. T-Gray, you're just right with the community, with the way that you communicate. My new person, I got 2 or 3 new people on the line right now. You mentioned Yvonne. She's been following me for years, and she reached out to me, or I maybe have reached out to her, and she joined one of our calls, and she said, hey, I want to join your business. And I didn't even ask her to get started with the business. She said, I want to join your business. So just by the posture, and she's been following me for many years, just by the posture and congratulations, Yvonne. She just joined the business as well. So congratulations to her. But just by
Welcome.
yeah, welcome to the team. But just by the posture and communicating, like T. Gray just said, and that's going to come over time by repetition of you continually doing the same thing over and over again. You'll find your move, you'll find your groove, and you'll see how people will just start flocking to you. So let's take some questions, you guys, and you guys can reach out to me if you guys are doing any presentations or three-way calls, whatever it is. I'm available, you guys. So I'm working my behind off, doing a lot of calls with a lot of people. So gearing up to Mr. Bug's call next month. So just reach out to me. But if you guys have any questions, just put an I or just unmute your line, and then and target the name for T. Gray, myself, or Tierra. We have about maybe 10 or 15 more minutes, you guys. So we'll keep this thing brief.
Have any questions. I just will say that I'm motivated and excited because I know that I am getting started being relentless with my personal development because I know it's in me. I now have to show it.
You know, I love that, Diana. I watched you do that with trading. I watched you do that. You were 1000% a super student. You ate up any information, any and all information you can get your hands on. You watched every video. You were on every class. You immediately applied. You practice. You burned some accounts. You didn't give up. And now you're leading us with Bitcoin and beyond. Are we doing that today, by the way? Right? So now it's interesting the way we can do that in some areas, but then not turn that lens on us. And I see you doing that now, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Hey, great.
Congratulations, Dave.
This is Rich. Speaking of that, as you said, and you know this, I'm trying my best to turn that lens on me. And as you always, I hear the ringing in my ears, it's just a decision, Rich. It's just a decision. The same way you made that decision to become the trader and the teacher that you are, you got to make that decision now in the business side. And easier said, I don't want to discourage anybody, but I don't know what mental block I have or whatever, but it's amazing how when that switch just clicked when it came to the trading. But it's like, you go to that light, well, you click and the light's not coming on, you keep clicking it. So, but I'm going to, I am definitely not giving up on that building side. And last time you made a comment about how, there's hardly anyone who's doing both and doing it to a level, and that you planted that seed. So definitely, and I'm being transparent here, letting people know that, the trading thing is going great, but the building I'm working on.
But you know what, though? I honor you for what you just said, because you're in the neighborhood.
Okay.
You are in the neighborhood. Because, folks, here's what's happening with Rich. This is now becoming a persistent thought.
Yeah.
It's not going away. It's like, do any of you have the philosophy that if you're in a store and you see something, you say, I'm gonna go home, and then if I still want it, if I'm still thinking about it tomorrow, I'll go back and get it? That's where Rich is. It's tomorrow, and he's still thinking about it. And so, Rich, you're in the neighborhood. It's not easy. The hardest person for us to put the lens on is ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because we like ourselves. Hopefully you like you as much as I like me. Right? But and subconsciously that if you put that lens on yourself, you're going to be in a very uncomfortable place, and you're going to have to put it in.
I think that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, you got to do one of the reasons why you did the difficult work of becoming a master trader is because you were focused on the end result.
True.
So the same thing here. Focus on the end result. Focus on what you get to become. You get to become something special. A master trader who's also a master builder.
Nice. I'm receiving that. Thanks.
And if you want that, you're going to have to put in some work. You know, when it came to trading, you found yourself a role model. You found Donnie Pips, and you were like, okay, I'm going to learn from him. And you watched how he traded, and you learned his thought process to the point where you guys were able to do coffee and church together and bounce off of each other because you're on the same wavelength. Well, you need to find yourself some role models in building and practice evolving your package and your persona to not become them, but to become more similar. Maybe you like the way Darren speaks and motivates and inspires. So now you literally sit down consciously and with a pen and a paper or your computer, however it is that you plan, say, how can I incorporate more of that in me? What did I see? Like when I would sit in the audience when Holton was doing his thing, after a while, I was no longer paying attention to what he said. I became laser focused on how he beat. I know it's not grammatically correct, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Vet, one of my school teachers, if you guys can teach me how to say that more properly, please help me. But I would watch him, and I would watch how he walked. I would watch how he stood. I would watch what he did with his hands. I would listen to his voice inflections and see when he went hard and see when he went soft and see when he went fast and see when he went slow and see when he went off script. I would watch for when he was supposed to talk about one thing and he went totally different direction. And I'd write all these things down and I'd go get him backstage. I'm like, why'd you do that? And he'd say, because I came out and I read the room. And what I intended to talk about when I came out is not what the people needed. They needed something different. I could feel it in their energy. So I had to give them what they needed. Don't give people what you want to give them. Give them what they need. What does the group need in this moment? Rich, develop that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Develop that skill to become that person. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be like walking across Tony Robbins' hot, fiery coals. But when you get to the other side, if you think you love you now, you will really love you. Because of the work that you put in, and you'll look at that guy who can trade, who can lead, who can do all these things, who's got an organization of 1 million people worldwide, no country untouched, can't stop your money if you want it to. Got to open up a new bank every week because you keep filling them up. Wife can't keep her hands off of you.
That's the incentive right there.
Kids bringing you your slippers.
But I received that, and Darren's going to get sick of me now. So,
all right,
okay,
cool.
Appreciate you guys.
You got it, brother.
Did everything T. Gary just said, man. FX, we've been talking about it, and he put me on a call with somebody last week too, and she's fired up as well. So keep doing what you're doing, FX. I promise you on the way, man. And listen, I want to. Look, I ain't gonna get sick of you. I'm gonna love you. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm ready to work.
You know, it's crazy, Darren. It's wild that you should say that. I was having this conversation with Holton yesterday, and we were talking about mentorship, and he said, when you get to the place where you have had experience and success and you are a mentor, you have to give that. Like, Darren, you got to give what you have. You're not comfortable, you're not happy unless you're not fulfilled, unless you are in the process of developing some other people.
100%.
And you can't do that with everyone. And so subconsciously you're looking, your antennas are out searching for who is worthy
I'm not trying to speak.
of that mentorship.
Right.
What is a worthy project to undertake? And so, Rich, if that's what's happened here,
I'm not trying.
embrace that and squeeze every last bit of juice out of that mentorship relationship.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Well, T, if we don't have any other questions, man, if you want to have some closing remarks, Tier, and then myself, and then maybe T Gray.
I'm excited about what you're doing, and I say it all the time, and I mean it sincerely. You know, we stand in support of you, Darren, and we stand in support of all the leaders on this team. We've got so many people who are stepping up to take leadership. They see empty spaces, and instead of complaining, hey, that space is empty, they fill it. Thank you, Rich, for filling the space. Thank you, Diana, for filling the space. Thank you, Darren, for filling the space. Thank you, Tier, Trey, for stepping up to fill the space. And I want to thank our emerging leaders who are just really putting in the work. People like Edson, right? Edson and Pat are just making a huge investment in themselves. Lewis making a huge investment in himself, right? Kia, I see the work that you're putting in. Dorcas, you know, so I want to encourage you guys and thank you and honor each and every one of you. I can't call every single name. I'll take too long, and Darren's going to send me a message afterwards, but T can't do that. But I do mean each and every one of you. And we are marching towards something good. As far as the commissions thing, I am almost done. I don't have a hair left on my head from this process, but I am literally in the polishing stages of this at this point. So that will be resolved in very short order. I gave Mr. Bugs my report yesterday, and he is pleased. So I just want to encourage you guys, go all in on the launch that Darren is teeing up. When does it start, sir?
We've already started. We started Monday, and we have our red and blue team going on right now. The actual launch, we're gearing up. We're bringing in the people this month for the call for next month with Mr. Bugs in August, because we'll have a lot of new people on that line. So right now we're just bringing in the individuals, and then the launch for you going for a rank, a residual income, will be next month of August.
Excellent. Folks, just develop the art of being honest with yourself, putting pressure on yourself, and improving yourself. Don't be afraid of that process. If you love you, that's what you do to you. You make you better. You lock in on the relentless quest of being the absolute best you that there could possibly be before your time is up. Now, speaking of time being up, I had a conversation with my mom yesterday, and she said, T, when you get over 50, there's two things you got to worry about. And I said, what are those two things? And she said, well, whether you're going to be sick or whether you're going to be healthy. I said, oh. And she said, if you're healthy, you don't have anything to worry about. But if you're sick, you got two things to worry about. I said, oh, okay. Well, what are the two things you got to worry about if you're sick? She says, well, are you going to get better? Or are you going to get worse? Now, if you get better, you don't have anything to worry about. But if you get worse, you have two things to worry about. I said, what are the two things? She says, are you going to live or are you going to die? I said, okay. And she says, now, if you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got two things to worry about. I said, what are the two things? She says, are you going to heaven or are you going to hell? And I said, okay. And she said, if you go to heaven, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you got two things to worry about. And I said, well, what are the two things you got to worry about if you go to hell? She says, is it going to be original recipe or extra crispy? And on that note, I turn things back over to Darren and Tia.
I saw that same TikTok 2 days ago.
You caught me off guard with that one. I ain't see that one coming.
Completely unwell.
You know what?
Caught me off guard.
I got to give Mr. Bugs credit.
It's
He
funny.
told me that
I
just
saw
yesterday.
that one.
Mr. Bugs told me that yesterday.
I saw that same TikTok 2 days ago, man. That's crazy. Funny. Well, listen, man, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. And if you guys don't have my number, reach out to me on Facebook or social media, and I'll plug in with you guys. If you guys are not in the Facebook group, and then along with Tier as well. Tigray, I'm pretty sure you'll see the numbers, and you'll probably be a part of that call that Mr. Bugs will be having next month as well. Let's gear up. I'm locked and loaded. I'm very, very excited for the next few weeks of this month. And mentally is we're all there. As you can see, T Gray's there, Mr. Bugs is always there, and Tier as well, and myself. So let's break some records this month, moving into the next month. And the biggest thing is, like FX said, breaking that terror barrier of him wanting to be a builder. Well, you got to be around the builders too. You got to hang out with them. You got to talk to them. You got to ask them questions. You got to get them to work. Like T Gray just had a conversation with Mr. Bugs yesterday. Totally right. I mean, we stay in our element by us doing the work, and it keeps us alive. And when we don't do it, we get depressed, man. We get sad. We get tired and drained out. So you guys are our battery chargers. So, and if you don't charge us up, we find other people to charge us up, and we help those individuals become successful. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. Tier, thanks for hosting this call with me. T Gray, thanks for having me as well, man. I appreciate you.